Hey everyone, so really excited today to be opening up these 5 Matchbox and Hot Wheels castings. So these are all JDM castings and they are from various different years. For 2026, I have these two castings. So from Matchbox, I have the Toyota 4Runner and the 2024 Honda Civic Type R, which is a very popular model for some reason, but really happy to have managed to find this casting. And so we'll be opening up all of these castings, and then I have these other 3 JDM cars as well. So this is the 70 Toyota Celica, which looks really cool. Just I think the headlights is something that is really awesome on this particular casting. And then I have the Toyota van, which is also a very popular casting with sort of inserted headlights, but I mean it's part of the window piece, as well as obviously a very popular casting anytime it's the Mazda RX-7. So without further ado, let's open up all of these castings and we will see what they look like. So first, let's open up the 95 Mazda RX-7. So this particular casting, it has the project Mu or project Micro. I'm not really sure what that is a reference to, but nevertheless, this particular casting is really awesome. So Hot Wheels in general, they typically don't have too much of the headlight and taillight tempos, so we don't get that over here. But headlights down, no headlight tempos. Over here, project Mu. So over here it says project Mu, and not really sure what that is in reference to, but I think overall this shape is very nice. Just classic Mazda RX-7. And then the back is where actually this casting is quite detailed, right? Look at the taillight tempos. It actually looks quite nice with the Mazda RX-7, the Mazda logo, as well as the taillights in the red to orange taillights. Very cool. So this casting is a winner in my opinion. So over here you can see there's a 2017 casting, and overall this is a very nice casting. I think this would rank quite highly amongst the castings that I'm going to open up today. So I'll just put it in the middle over here, and let's move on to the next JDM casting. So this one is from the J Imports series. This is the Toyota Celica 1970. So without further ado, let's take a look at this casting. So over here it actually has let me see if I can read the text over here. So Yoshimada Light Industry, so that's actually quite nice. Celica, and then just some very simple striping that is quite cool. I do like this sort of matte teal paint. It's quite nice. And then the back, it just has that I think the part of the interior creating that break in the casting, which looks pretty decent. And then the front, you have the interior as well as the window piece forming the headlights, which looks quite awesome actually. And then you have this sort of splitter at the front that is part of the chrome base. And so overall this casting actually looks quite nice. Oh okay, so it actually says Cairo House over here. and you know, that's a nice nod to the brand. So overall, this is actually quite a nice casting. 1970 Toyota Celica. I'm pleasantly surprised by this model because of the sort of the headlights. I do like the way that it looks, and tail lights are fine, but you know, the headlights are where it really actually looks quite good. So I'm not sure whether this ranks in front of the RX-7, but I think it does not. I think the RX-7 is generally, I do prefer the RX-7, so I will put the RX-7 in front. But you know, it's pretty close actually. This Celica is actually quite cool. So the next casting I'm going to open up is the Toyota 4Runner. Yeah, this is a new casting for 2026, and I mean, it's a Matchbox, so honestly I think the quality is just gonna be pretty awesome. Now the paint, well, I might have spoken too soon. The paint is not perfect. There are definitely some weird scratches in the paint. Yeah, so that's kind of disappointing, but I think other than that, you know, the details are what you would expect from Matchbox. Just very detailed tail light and back of the vehicle details, and then at the front as well you will get the headlight and the grille and the logo details, so quite nice. And then you have the roof rack as well. At the front you get a small sort of like a push bar at the front, and then you know, it's 2026 copyright date. Overall, this is a pretty sick casting. I have a soft spot for front and back details, so I think this one ranks in front of the RX-7, which obviously I think people are gonna be like, this is gonna be controversial, but I do like this Toyota 4Runner more than the RX-7, just simply because I do like the fact that it has front and back tempo details. Now the I'm not sure if this casting actually has an interior, so let me take a look. It's quite tough to see, but I think, yeah, it does have an interior, so that's good. And now let's move on to the last two castings. So we have the 1986 Toyota van. This one I understand is quite a popular casting, so I'm quite lucky to have managed to find it. So this one is a very retro look, and that huge front splitter over here, like it just looks kind of comical actually. It has these small tires, which is quite nice. Sunroof at the top, and nice red paint, Toyota at the front, and inserted headlights, part of the window piece, and that looks quite good. And then the back as well, you do get back details that obviously Hot Wheels does not always do. So I think this is a very nice Hot Wheels casting. Copyright date is 2021. Yeah, this one is a very cool casting. So I do think that it's slightly better than the RX-7, just because it is a very cool casting, it has the back temples and the front inserted details. I do think that overall it's a nicer casting than the Celica and the RX-7. And then lastly, we have the 2024 Honda Civic Type R. So the Honda Civic Type R is a casting that obviously everyone just wants to get, so pretty lucky to have gotten it. And wow, it looks really good. Yeah, so this one, Matchbox again just does super well with the headlight temples. The Honda logo, yeah, actually looks quite decent, but there's a bit of blue showing through the front, but it's not too bad. Nice grills, and generally I think the level of detail is quite nice for Matchbox. I do like the red interior as well. Pretty nice wheels, and then as you would expect, you do get the taillight temples as well for Matchbox, which is just awesome. Nice spoiler as well. The bad thing is you do see a blue pack through the back of the vehicle, but I think overall, yeah, this 2026, okay, the copyright is 2025, but this casting is gonna be very popular, just because it's a Honda Civic, and yeah, it's the race car, right, the race version, because it's Type R. So this one, I think it's gonna be hard to get, so really happy to manage to get this. So this is definitely gonna be number one. So this is my favorite, and then followed by the 4Runner, the Toyota van RX-7, and then the Toyota Celica. But overall, these are all very nice castings. So let me know what you guys think about all of these castings. Which one is your favorite? Which one is your least favorite? And then I'll see you guys in the next video.